Hello friends, this is Mr. Champlin here, and we are looking at solving equations with variables on both sides. We are on section 2 of unit 2, and we are also going to focus on solving equations with fractions by finding the least common denominator or cross multiplying. Okay, so first I want to point out as we start number 1, and we're going to solve for x, we have this fancy steps to solve. Okay, so to the right, if you need some guidance and some quick reference, we have the steps to solve to the right. Okay, so I'm going to start with my number 1 step, and I'm going to look at this equation. I have 6 minus 3 times x plus 5 equals 3x minus x minus 11. Well, it says distribute. I do notice I can distribute this negative 3 into x plus 5, and I can also distribute this negative sign into x minus 11 because technically a negative sign is just negative 1. So that being said, I get 6 minus 3x plus, nope, tricked ya. It's not a plus, right? It's going to be minus 15 because a negative times a positive. Then we get on the right side 3x minus x plus 11. Now that looks pretty good. All right, well, what's the next step say? The next step says let's combine like terms. And to combine like terms, we're going to look on each side of the equation. And I notice on the left side, I have a 6 and a negative 15 and a negative 3x. Well, 6 and negative 15 can add together, which equals 6 minus 15 is negative 9. Nothing happens to the negative 3x, though. Put that equal sign there to keep the flow. And now we have 3x minus x plus 11. Well, can't you do 3x minus x equals 2x? That would be combining like terms. However, the plus 11 must remain. All right, we just did number 2. Let's do step number 3, and that is to let's sort these bad boys out. And to do so, the first thing you want to notice is you want to move the variable with the smallest coefficient. That's the number in front of the variable. Well, I see there's a negative 3x and a positive 2x. So on the left side, I have a negative 3x. On the right side, I have a 2x. Let us add 3x to each side because we want to get rid of the lowest one, which is the negative 3x. And then we just add them together, right? And you're going to get negative 9. And negative 3x plus 3x is 0, so you don't have to write anything. However, 2x plus 3x is 5x, and we did nothing with the 11, so we just bring that down. Awesome. Now we have negative 9 equals 5x plus 11. However, we're not done sorting, right? Because I still have 5x plus 11. I want to isolate the x. I got to get rid of that positive 11. And to do so, I must subtract 11 on the right side. Whatever I do on the right side, I must do the same on the left side. So now I have negative 9 minus 11 equals negative 20. Bring down the equal sign. Bring down 5x. However, 11 minus 11 is 0, and we can let it be. Oh, man. I can feel the intensity because we are almost there, friends. Now all we have to do is solve. And to solve, we have to isolate x. To isolate x, we have to get it all by itself by dividing by 5. So in whatever I divide on the right side, I must divide on the left side. So now I have negative 20 divided by 5 equals 5x divided by 5, which you get negative 4 equals, and 5x divided by 5 is going to be just x. And there we go, friends. We have negative 4 equals x. If you don't believe that I'm right, please feel free to plug it back in and let me know what you get. Okay, and I'm going to give you the secret. It's more than likely negative 4. All right, let's move on to number 2. Number 2 tells us, again, steps to solve. All right, let's find the least common denominator, okay? Not all these are in fraction form. To make them all into fraction, let's throw a 1 under the x. Awesome. We all have fractions. Look at the denominators. I got a 1, a 4, a 3. I'm going to give you the big hint. They all can go into by 12, right? They can all fit into 12. That being said, let's multiply this entire thing by 12. So technically, I am kind of doing 1 and 2, step 1 and 2 together. I'm going to multiply by 12. I'm going to distribute it just like I've done other ways, right? The only thing difference now, I'm going to put a parentheses around this x plus 1. So now I have 12 times x is going to be 12x divided by 1, which equals 12 times x plus 1 over 4 minus 12 times 1 is 12 over 3. Are we there yet? Not quite, because let's simplify or reduce these. 12x divided by 1 is just going to be 12x. 12 times x plus 1 divided by 4 actually cancels out the 4 because 12 divided by 4 is 3. So we can bring this down to get x plus 1, 3x plus 1. And also 12 can be divided by 3. So 12 divided by 3 is just going to be 4. So we just now have 12x equals 3x plus 1 minus 4. And guess what? Right here in my fancy blue color, I am going to solve using the steps from above. I'm going to do it as fast as I can. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute. I get 12x equals 3x plus 1 minus 4. That's wrong. It's plus 3. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to combine like terms, and I'm going to get 12x equals 3x. 3 minus 4 is going to be negative 1. Let's get the lowest variable and coefficient over to the other side. So let's subtract 3x on each side. This brings us now with 9x equals negative 1. Yes, you guys are in 9th grade. If we divide by the coefficient on each side, which is 9, you will get x equals negative 1/9. Being in 9th grade, be prepared for fractions and decimals. Again, if you don't believe if Mr. Champlin's right, plug back in that negative 1/9 into x and see if each side equals. My friends, you have an amazing day. Make smart choices, but have fun. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in class.